Today's story is called Specters of the Forgotten Manor. A group of explorers ventures into the forsaken Blackthorn Manor, unaware of the dark secrets that lurk within. As malevolent spirits and sinister forces awaken, they must confront a relentless curse that blurs the line between the living and the dead. Will they escape the mansion's sinister grasp or become victims of its haunting legacy? Part 1. The Haunting Legacy. Deep within the heart of an ancient, foreboding forest, the imposing edifice of Blackthorn Manor lay in ruin, its ivy-covered walls shrouded in mystery and dread. The mansion held a sinister past, one that had slipped into the obscurity of time. Legend whispered of the enigmatic Blackthorn family who once called this mansion home. Their sudden disappearance had left an indelible mark on the region, and locals believed that the manor was cursed, a place where vengeful spirits dwelled, yearning for retribution. On a moonless night, a group of intrepid explorers ventured into the depths of the haunting forest, drawn inexorably to the eerie allure of Blackthorn Manor. As they approached the mansion, an icy wind carried with it unsettling secrets of tragedies long buried. They crossed the mansion's crumbling threshold, their footsteps echoing through the desolate halls. The air grew heavy, laden with the weight of forgotten sorrows. Flickering candlelight cast ghostly, elongated shadows that seemed to come alive, revealing spectral figures that flickered at the periphery of perception. As they pressed further into the heart of the manor, an oppressive malevolence descended upon them. Whispers, like the mournful wails of tormented souls, filled the air, and the temperature plummeted to an unnerving chill. In the grand hall, they stumbled upon an aged family portrait, the Blackthorns, their eyes following the intruders with an eerie intensity. It was there they uncovered a malevolent secret. The Blackthorns had practiced the forbidden arts of the occult, conducting unholy rituals within the very walls of the mansion. Fear clutched the explorers as they realized that they had unwittingly awakened a malevolent force that had slumbered within the manor for centuries. The curse of Blackthorn Manor had stirred, and it hungered for the souls of those who dared trespass within its accursed domain. Part 2. The Whispering Shadows. Within the oppressive confines of Blackthorn Manor, the explorers forged onward, their steps cautious in the dimly lit corridors. The mansion's very walls seemed to pulse with an eerie energy, as if harboring the secrets of centuries. Their flashlights fought valiantly against the encroaching darkness, revealing the mansion's decaying grandeur. Tattered curtains swayed with ghostly movements, and cobwebs clung to every nook like spectral shrouds. In the grand hall, they confronted a portrait, a relic of the Blackthorn family's storied past. The eyes of the painted ancestors tracked their every movement, their expressions oscillating between stern disapproval and malevolent grins, as if mocking the intruders. Pressing deeper into the heart of the mansion, they found themselves ensnared in a web of whispers, haunting murmurs that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The explorers strained to decipher the voices, catching fragmented conversations and anguished pleas from a time long past. Within a forsaken chamber, they uncovered an old diary. Its brittle pages bore witness to the tormented writings of a Blackthorn ancestor, detailing forbidden rituals in a desperate attempt to bridge the chasm between the living and the dead. It hinted at a sinister pact forged within the manor's confines. Dread clawed at their hearts as they pieced together the true nature of Blackthorn Manor, and an accursed abode with a boundary between the living and the deceased blurred. Restless spirits, driven by an insatiable hunger for retribution, sought to ensnare the living in their spectral torment. With each passing moment, the malevolent force within the mansion grew stronger, its ethereal denizens closing in on the intruders. Trapped in a nightmarish realm where the past and present intertwined, the explorers found themselves ensnared in a deadly dance with the vengeful spirits of the Blackthorn family. Desperation etched their faces as they realized the perilous predicament they had unwittingly stumbled into, a realm of darkness where the living and the dead converged, and where the secrets of Blackthorn Manor would consume all who dared to trespass. Part 3. The Unholy Reckoning. As the explorers ventured deeper into the haunted confines of Blackthorn Manor, the malevolent aura that clung to the mansion grew ever more suffocating. Shadows danced like wraiths along the walls, their movements defying the laws of nature. Their feeble flashlights cast wavering beams that battled the encroaching darkness, revealing further glimpses of the manor's decrepit grandeur. The air was heavy with the weight of forgotten sins, and the temperature seemed to plummet with each step. In the grand hall, the ancestral portrait of the Blackthorn family leered at them, their eyes following the intruders with an unsettling intensity. The expressions on the painted faces twisted from disapproval to malevolent grins, as if mocking the living. The whispers that permeated the mansion grew louder, forming a cacophony of spectral voices. The explorers strained to make sense of the eerie conversations, hearing echoes of tormented souls recounting the agony of their bygone existence. Within an abandoned chamber, they stumbled upon an ancient tome, its pages filled with cryptic incantations and cursed rituals. It was a damning testament to the Blackthorn family's unholy pursuits, a sinister path that had led to the merging of the living and the dead within the mansion's walls. Dread gripped the explorers as they realized the grim truth. Blackthorn Manor was a place where the boundaries of life and death had dissolved. The malevolent spirits of the past sought retribution, their spectral forms closing in on the intruders with chilling determination. With each passing moment, the mansion's malevolence grew stronger, and the explorers found themselves ensnared in a nightmarish realm where the sins of the past exacted a terrible toll. The spirits of the Blackthorn family hungered for vengeance, and they would stop at nothing to claim the souls of those who dared to invade their cursed domain. Desperation etched their faces as they grappled with the horrifying realization that they had become unwilling participants in a deadly reckoning, a battle between the living and the vengeful dead within the accursed walls of Blackthorn Manor. Part 4. The Sinister Resurgence. Within the claustrophobic corridors of Blackthorn Manor, the explorers pressed onward, their resolve tested by the relentless malevolence that clung to the mansion's very essence. The feeble beams of their flashlights quivered as they fought against the suffocating darkness. Shadows writhed and whispered along the walls, taking on eerie forms that seemed to beckon them deeper into the heart of the nightmare. The air grew colder, as if the very atmosphere had become a conduit for the mournful cries of the restless spirits. The ancestral portrait of the Blackthorn family in the Grand Hall remained a silent witness to their plight, their eyes following the intruders with an unnerving intensity. The expressions on the painted visages continued to shift, conveying a malevolent amusement at the living's torment. The spectral whispers that filled the mansion's halls grew more insistent, forming a chorus of torment that echoed in the explorers' ears. The voices of the damned narrated tales of anguish and despair, painting a vivid picture of the horrors that had unfolded within these cursed walls. In an abandoned study, they discovered a tome bound in rotting leather, its pages adorned with blasphemous sigils and incantations. It was a damning testament to the Blackthorn family's descent into darkness, a descent that had led to the unholy fusion of the living and the dead within the mansion's confines. Dread gnawed at the explorers' souls as they pieced together the grim reality. Blackthorn Manor was a place where the boundaries of life and death had blurred, and the malevolent spirits of the past sought to reclaim their lost lives, no matter the. With each passing moment, the mansion's malevolence surged, and the explorers found themselves ensnared in a nightmarish realm where the sins of the past exacted a chilling retribution. The spirits of the Blackthorn family hungered for their souls, and the explorers were caught in a desperate struggle for their lives within the cursed confines of the mansion. As they battled against the relentless forces of the supernatural, the explorers knew that their fate hung in the balance, and only by confronting the dark secrets of Blackthorn Manor could they hope to escape the clutches of the malevolent dead. Part 5. The Haunting Reckoning. Within the forsaken corridors of Blackthorn Manor, the explorers pressed forward, their spirits weighed down by the relentless malevolence that saturated the very air. Their wavering flashlights cast trembling beams, revealing the mansion's decaying grandeur. Shadows twisted and whispered along the walls, their eerie forms beckoning the intruders deeper into the heart of the nightmarish labyrinth. The atmosphere grew colder, as if the very mansion itself conspired to amplify their dread. The ancestral portrait of the Blackthorn family in the Grand Hall remained an ominous sentinel, their eyes locked onto the explorers with a malevolent intensity. The expressions on the painted faces continued to shift, conveying a perverse delight at the suffering of the living. The spectral whispers that echoed through the mansion's halls swelled into a cacophony of anguish, forming a relentless chorus of torment that reverberated through the explorers' minds. The voices of the damned wove tales of suffering and despair, painting vivid pictures of the horrors that had unfolded within these cursed walls. In a long-forgotten chamber, they stumbled upon a forbidden grimoire, its pages teeming with eldritch symbols and sinister incantations. It was a damning testament to the Blackthorn family's descent into darkness, a descent that had culminated in a grotesque fusion of the living and the dead within the mansion's confines. Terror clutched the explorers' hearts as they pieced together the grim truth. Blackthorn Manor was a place where the boundaries between life and death had eroded, and the malevolent spirits of the past sought to reclaim their stolen existence, no matter the cost. With every passing moment, the mansion's malevolence surged, and the explorers found themselves ensnared in a nightmarish realm where the sins of the past exacted a chilling retribution. The spirits of the Blackthorn family hungered for their souls, and the explorers were locked in a desperate battle for their lives within the accursed mansion's grasp. In their fight against the relentless forces of the supernatural, the explorers knew that their fate teetered on a precipice. And only by confronting the darkest secrets of Blackthorn Manor could they hope to break free from the clutches of the malevolent dead. Part 6. The Final Confrontation. As the explorers delved deeper into the heart of Blackthorn Manor, they could feel the relentless malevolence that clung to the mansion intensify. The shadows, once mere specters, took on sinister forms that seemed to taunt and torment them at every turn. Their flashlights fought valiantly against the oppressive darkness, revealing further glimpses of the manor's decaying opulence. The air grew frigid, each breath a painful reminder of the malevolent force that permeated every inch of the mansion. In the grand hall, the ancestral portrait of the Blackthorn family remained a sinister sentinel, their eyes fixed upon the intruders with a malevolent intensity. The painted faces continued to shift, conveying a perverse delight at the suffering of the living. The spectral whispers that had haunted them swelled into a cacophonous symphony of anguish, weaving tales of torment and despair that seemed to reverberate through the very walls. The voices of the damned recounted their agonies, invoking a profound sense of dread. Within an obscure chamber, they uncovered a forbidden grimoire, its pages filled with eldritch symbols and sinister incantations. It was a damning testament to the Blackthorn family's descent into darkness, a descent that had culminated in a grotesque merging of the living and the dead within the mansion's cursed confines. Terror gripped the explorers as they unraveled the grim truth. Blackthorn Manor was a place where the boundaries between life and death had disintegrated, and the malevolent spirits of the past sought to reclaim their stolen existence, no matter the cost. With every passing moment, the mansion's malevolence surged, and the explorers found themselves ensnared in a nightmarish realm where the sins of the past exacted a chilling retribution. The spirits of the Blackthorn family hungered for their souls, and the explorers were locked in a desperate battle for their lives within the accursed mansion's grasp. In their fight against the relentless forces of the supernatural, the explorers realized that their only chance of survival lay in confronting the mansion's darkest secrets. Armed with newfound knowledge from the grimoire, they prepared to perform a ritual that would sever the malevolent ties binding the Blackthorn family to the living world. As the incantation reverberated through the haunted halls of Blackthorn Manor, a cataclysmic upheaval shook the mansion to its foundations. The spirits, trapped for centuries, howled in anguish as they were forcibly torn from the realm of the living. With a blinding burst of ethereal light, the curse that had plagued the manor for generations was finally broken. The malevolent spirits vanished into the abyss, leaving behind a chilling silence that echoed through the mansion's halls. The explorers, battered and shaken, emerged from Blackthorn Manor, their bodies and souls scarred by the horrors they had witnessed. As they gazed upon the moonlit forest, they knew that they had faced the malevolent dead and emerged victorious, but the memory of their nightmarish ordeal would haunt them for the rest of their lives. Blackthorn Manor, once a place of dread and despair, stood silent and still, its cursed legacy finally laid to rest. The forest, no longer tainted by its malevolence, returned to an eerie tranquility, as if the very land itself had exhaled a sigh of relief. And so, the ancient mansion faded into the annals of history, its secrets buried once more, its malevolent spirits banished. The explorers carried with them the harrowing memories of their encounter with the supernatural, a testament to the enduring power of the spectral realm. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel to support us.